time? Is it time? This is JKK's podcast, a gay podcast where we bring you the news and reviews we care about.
And this season, we're playing through one game at a time with our official video game book club.
Whether you're the type to 100% every side quest,
or you're just here for the vibes and the story.
Easy mode or expert, you belong in our conversation. Woo!
Grab the snacks, grab the tea, and let's break it down one level at a time.
Pew pew! Pew! Y'all, I got my NASCAR shirt on and I'm ready to rock and roll and talk about Tears of the Kingdom.
Let's go!
I don't know it's aesthetic tonight, but I'm in the mood and I'm here.
She's in rare form, guys. Which
I don't know what's happening.
You know, we embrace it here.
Yes. It's the Pepsi. It's the Pepsi.
Are you chronically online, or do you not know what Jerica is talking about? Because I hope that you don't know. You don't need to know. We should start it out by addressing the chat, and then we can address, another member of the show not currently pictured. But we got Cognitive Clips, who's first in the chat, at least. We got Coal Mines, we got Heroic Headgear, we got High Score Weekly, we got Heroic Headgear again, we got Trav Man, we've got Coleman, my brother, hi. We were just talking about Zelda not long ago. Yeah, that's who we got going in the chat already. I did see someone talking about my glasses. Yes, and I don't know how you glasses people... How do you guys do this? Look.
That's cute. I like it.
That was it kind of looks scary.
It does.
I'm afraid. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about more Zelda. But first, we have a special guest. And by special guest, I mean contract worker of GK Games Video Game Book Club.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm contracted. My mic stand started drooping, so now I look all relaxed, like all kind of crazy right now. If longtime listeners might realize last time, if you listened to the podcast or caught on YouTube, it sounded like they're hallucinating, talking to God or something. Yeah. It came through on the stream. I did. Last week was my first time producing the podcast. Travman says, yeah, I can hear him now. I was live on Twitch. I forgot to checkbox a little thing to export my audio to the VOD. So sorry about that. That was my mistake of last week. We'll see what this week's is. It might have been that my camera was on when you guys first came on tonight. But yes, glad to be here. I'll be here behind the scenes, running the show, and hanging out. And so, yes, thanks for having me.
We let him stick around one more time, even though he made a mistake.
Yeah. I know. Thank you.
The strike one has been made.
No.
I'm just kidding. But if you're new here, my name is Kayla. I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm Jerica, the other host.
And then you met Josh. He's here. He's producing. It's going well. And today we're going to be doing part 5.
Yeah,
of our Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. Whoa. And I think that we can officially announce that next week is our last episode of Tears of the Kingdom.
Link. I don't know why I said Link. Blood moon.
Come to me. I gotta tell y'all,
rises again.
If I hear about this blood moon one more damn time, I'm gonna be pissed. I get it.
Everything resets. It's time to go put your weapons in that rock boy and have him spit them out so they're fixed. I'll talk about that later.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I don't know.
No, Kayla, I don't know what I'm saying. Doesn't make any sense.
Hey, real quick, I'm jumping in already. So the blood moon they're disguising the fact that the game is like running out of RAM, basically. So you've done like too much stuff in the game, killed too many enemies. It's like keeping track of like where your items are, the enemies, and so it literally has to reset everything. And so it just does that little cutscene and is like it makes it part of the game.
Real?
Yeah, no, I'm not even.
Yo, I'm about to make this joke. It's just like my uterus.
Oh my!
That's why it's called the blood moon.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Resets, clears out the funk, whatever's left there that's not used, and just bleeds.
For our 80% male fan base, I hope you've been educated.
I'm in a rare form. I don't know what it is. It's not technically the Pepsi. I think it's this shirt. It just gives maybe this has a soul in it, and I've acquired the soul of a dead NASCAR fan.
I mean, she's not wrong. You know, you do come here to be educated, which I hope that you are. Which also, speaking of, if you don't already know, let's get some more education going. Let's do our loadout for the day. Let's gear up. Everybody get your broadswords, get your Zonai charges, put them in there.
Get your pads, right? Tampon.
Get your pads ready. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ready for the blood moon.
Josh, you have 4 daughters?
Sorry, 3.
3 or 4?
We don't talk about no.
Oh my God.
It's 3. It's 3.
So we're gonna do our loadout. We're gonna get ready. Chat, please. Today, you got us. You got us. Head to jkgamespodcast.com where you can see all of our merch items that you can purchase. We will soon also have video game book club items. We are open to your recommendations if there's something that you would like to see from us. I just ordered another color of my JK t-shirt. The t-shirts are comfort color. They're very comfortable, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Jerica, I think, is a fan of the hoodies. I think that's what you probably like
good,
most, right?
Like good hood.
Yeah.
On my body. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
And Jerica spent a lot of time making sure all this merch was like super high quality and like a bang for your buck. So it's all like really good, like weighty material. If you want to check it out, jkgamespodcast.com. And then, as you can probably see, you're here. You've heard us talking about Zelda already. We've relaunched our show with a new twist. We have a full video game book club where we discuss in our Discord. We break the game into different parts. Jerica and I spent a lot of time today kind of planning out the next couple of months. So we will start to reveal what games we're playing next, how many weeks we're going to be doing them so that you can play along with us, we hope, and answer various questions in the Discord. If you've already played it, you can participate however you want to be involved. There's a link to that on our website, I think. And if not, we'll link it in the chat so that you can come in and join the conversation. And today we're going to do what we normally do and go through our episodes in 3 different modes. We've got easy mode, where we're going to talk a couple things that we've been playing that are not Tears of the Kingdom. Jerica has a secret game that I don't know about.
Yeah. I've been keeping it under the desk here. I didn't want you to know I'm playing it.
Interesting. Very fun. And then I'm going to talk about another game as well. And then we'll kind of go into like our checkpoints, how far we got in the game since last week, what we plan on hopefully finishing the game by next week. Don't know if that's going to happen for me, just to be honest, but I'm going to try. And that's our easy mode. So then we have our normal mode where we talk about all the current progress, a little bit more into the details. Like today, we're going to be talking a bit more about the map traversal and the different environmental effects of the game. I have a lot to say because right now, spoiler, I'm in the Death Mountain area. I'm getting burned up every 5 seconds because I ain't got no money.
She
to
got
buy
no money.
things that I need.
Hot.
Yeah, it's hot. And then we have our expert mode where we dive a little bit deeper into whatever current game we are discussing. And all of that you will find here on Monday nights, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Time zones are hard, so you figure out the rest if you're there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're all on your own there.
But also, if this is your first time like hearing about our network, we have a lot of other shows in our network Drop In, Drop Out pod, where we have on Tuesdays, you can go see Spotlight Games, where they talk about the latest and greatest in gaming news. Thursdays, you can see us on Drop In, Drop Out, where Jerica this week is actually going to be involved in the Donkey Kong Bonanza spoiler cast if you finish it.
It's not an if. I think I got a like or else situation with that. They're like, okay, if you really want to commit to this, you gotta finish it on by Thursday. And there was no
Sounds
like if. There was like when you do.
We threaten each other here. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. My mom's in the chat. Hi, Nancy.
Nancy,
Hello.
look at my NASCAR shirt. It says "Go fast or get past."
Nancy likes NASCAR.
Woo! I don't even know if she liked it or not. I just knew she would like the shirt because she knows style. Someone here has to like the shirt.
And we all love thrifting. We love secondhand here at
Hell
JK
yeah.
Games Podcast. Okay. So yeah, that's what you can find on Thursday. And anytime in between, our very own Cognitive Clips CC in the chat just released a new video essay that you can check out, all about recency bias and sequels. It's a very good video, so you should check that out. You can find all of that at dropoutpod.com. And yeah, that's basically it. And I just yapped for a while. So Jerica,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us more about what we're going to be doing today? What were we trying to accomplish? Because I don't know. What were we trying to do?
Okay, like a little update for everybody. These were the things we were hoping to accomplish by this episode. It'll unlock another companion, maybe a third, if you're feeling lucky, or spicy, whatever those words you want to use. If you're feeling eager, get one more. Complete at least 4 more shrines. Discover as many dragon tier memories you can, another one, or optional was like start exploring the depths a little bit further. So I did all of those except getting another sage companion. I could have, but I actually spent a lot of extra time doing some random stuff that I shouldn't be doing, but I just find myself just mining for things in the depths to upgrade my battery.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I'm glad that you got all of those accomplished, but also like Jerica's being very demure and respectful because she's also way ahead of me, and so I feel like you're also kind of waiting on me.
You know, there's plenty to do in this game, so it's absolutely fine. But I'm like, might as well not like rush myself at this point. So
I need to stop the press for a second,
okay?
Because Nancy just said that's Uncle Fred's shirt that was apparently very passionate. Who is Uncle Fred?
Listen, it's got pit stains. So someone liked it a lot and they were wearing it so much, and they apparently like to paint, I think, or they were doing something, but they wore it. It's still got the stains. I watched it.
I guess Uncle Fred's like a theoretical person. I was like, wait, do I have an Uncle Fred?
I was like, wow, he can have the shirt back. No, it's Uncle Fred. That's who's in my body right now. Because Nancy, I have been possessed by whoever has had this shirt before me. I have a weird kind of an energy right now, and I cannot. I can't keep it in check.
Audio listeners, you guys have to take a look at Jerica's shirt at least once on the YouTubes.
I'll post a picture somewhere.
But I guess with that being said, we'll talk more about our. So you said. Well, first you said you accomplished all those things except for the sage, right?
I did even more. I mean, I didn't do the sage.
You did more. Okay.
I killed 2 more 3-headed dragons, Ecos, Quillecos, whatever they're called. And Audrey keeps laughing at me when I call them this, but the Lionel Richies. Lionels. Is that how you say it? Lionels? Zelda God. Is it Lionel?
Yeah, Lionels.
Have you seen a Lionel, Audrey? I mean, shit, I've called you Audrey. See, it's been a long week.
Lionel. I don't know what these are.
It's like a centaur, but it's a lion instead of a horse. Or maybe it is a horse and a lion, actually.
Yes,
no,
I have killed one of these. Honestly, most of the time I avoid combat if I can avoid it. Unless I know that they have something that I want. And sometimes so sometimes I will. I think I've killed one of those, I feel like, before. But that's a good accomplishment. And how many more dragons? You said 2 more dragons?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this game. No. I finally feel like I can just do whatever I want. Like, I hopped on one of the big dragons just for fun. Got some of its scales to put in my bag to slap on another weapon. So
nice.
Ganondorf, the Demon King, I'm coming for you. It's gonna be easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I put in the Discord, so if you didn't join, you definitely should, because I put a vote out on where I should go next. Because, you know, I was moving on to my next phenomena, and I put a vote to the chat of like where I should go. So I went to Rito Village, which was much easier
Yeah.
than the other place. So I started to like regain my hope that I was not the worst at this game. And so then I quickly was humbled once again when I went to, where am I now? The Goron City.
Nice.
Goron City is where the Death Mountain is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say before, if you have a weapon that you really like want to hold on to and it's about to break, there's these enemies at the foot of that mountain all the way around. If you can do a circle, if they suck it up and spit it out, you get a perk added to it, and it repairs it. But you can only do that once per weapon. A bow, I think a shield. Like that thing sucks it up and like gives it a perk. So like it might roll with another extra durability or attack power up. So definitely worth the time. I went all the way around Death Mountain and I did that to like 4 or 5 weapons. And so I have to wait for the blood moon again for things to reset. So I can do it.
Got it. Yeah. I'm still shook at the lore that Josh gave us about the blood moon. Yeah. I mean, I got distracted from you talking about menstrual cycles. But,
I know. Yeah. That was my fault. I took it away from the true conversation and just made it stupid. So, but hey,
that's so funny.
Maybe that was an inspiration.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. So that I went and I completed the Rito village, which I love the little guy. What's his name? Tulin. He's so cute. And so now I have. He's very cute. What were you saying, Jerica? I'm sorry.
I was saying I remember I like the bird guy a lot.
Yeah, and his dad. So I have this Sage of Water and the Sage of Wind. I will say I really like this like Avatar: The Last Airbender moment we're going for here, where we collect all the elements. And so yeah, I got another. I don't have 3 Sage companions, but I'm almost there. Like I feel like I'm pretty close to finishing this current run that I'm on to get my next companion. I definitely have done at least 4 more shrines. I don't know the total, but I have gotten a lot better at doing shrines. I will say that. And then I still have not found a dragon tier, and we're going to talk about that later because I feel like that comes into. Go ahead.
I'm going to help you find these, and when we get to that part, we'll have Josh like pull up like a picture of like a map with what you're looking for exactly.
Yes, please, because and I didn't really like, me and Jerica unfortunately were having an illegal side discussion about this where I was getting frustrated, and I didn't realize that like it wasn't going to naturally come up. Like I have to go out of my way to find the dragon tiers. But Hero Kid Gear mentioned the Gorons across every Zelda game they're in are always my favorite. Rock homies for real. Cognitive Flip said Josh may have told you already, but the Ascend ability was basically a development playtesting shortcut that they just made an actual gameplay mechanic.
So cool.
Yes, that is very funny. That's my favorite ability that I have.
It's the one ability I forget about all the time though, and it makes me so mad when I can't figure out something, and that is the solve. I'm like, ah.
But do you ever do like a shrine and then you remember like, oh, I'm supposed to use this ability? Like
every time. I learn something new from a shrine every time I do it. And I'm like, well, this is teaching me how to be smarter in every part of my life, not just in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm like, oh yeah, let me use the resources I have here.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And honestly, sometimes I forget that I don't have to just grin and bear it and like climb up the mountain. I can like make something to climb up the mountain. Yeah. Because a lot of times I'm like, oh, I see map. I see glowing dot where I need to go. Let me just go. But yeah, that's kind of, I did get some more depth exploration, and I'm actually in the depths like right now. So I feel like I hit some of the things that our goal was, but I feel confident that I can at least make some good progress. Hopefully, maybe can beat it, but probably not. I
don't know. You're pushing through a little bit faster. Maybe just going through that area that you were in was just maybe the worst place to start. But honestly, the other 2 spots you're gonna go, not too bad. I only had a little bit of an issue in Goron City with that, helping whatever they got going on with like the trains or the the carts on the what do you call mine carts? Mining?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of a little puzzle action in there, but it's not too bad.
Yeah. But before we go too deep, Jerica, I want to hear about some other things that you've been doing and playing. Our easy mode, we going back to our nature of things that we have been playing. I know for the most part, we've both been pretty committed to playing through Tears of the Kingdom, but you mentioned a new game to me that I wanted to hear. So I would love to hear more about it. Tell me.
Okay, one of them you're probably not going to care too much about. It's the secret one. And then the other one you've heard about, I'm sure. And I have to encourage you to play it at some point in the future.
Okay.
But the first game is called, I think it's Driftwood, if I'm not mistaken. And have you ever just wanted to be a sloth and ride on a longboard? Well, I got a game for you. It's exactly what it is. But I know it sounds like, why are you playing this, Jerica? Well, I do love sloths. I said lofts. I do love that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sloths, and I occasionally like to play racing games. Mm-hmm. I like a track, and I love a skateboarding game. This is unique because they do. I don't think it was too much money. It wasn't a whole lot. You get what you pay for. It's not like the biggest skateboarding game you'll ever find, but it's a chill new way of using a skateboard in a game that
this looks
I'm
like
not
a very
used
you
to.
game.
Yeah, and then me and the sloth have a lot of similar aesthetics. He has like a beanie on or a hat, and I'm about the same. Little trash sloths of us, just being trashy sloths. I think it was in early access. It just came out like in full access, 1.0, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And picked up, I was playing it, and it took me a long time to get the hang of it. It is not easy, in my opinion. It wasn't easy. Like, it's not your average skateboarding game. It's a longboard game. And what they do is the left stick, because, you probably just think, oh, I'm just hitting A, sort of kick, push, and do all that kick, push, but you're not really doing a lot of that. You do it at the beginning to get going, but you use your left stick to pull back. So when you pull back on the thumbstick, you slow down and do like a T pose. That's apparently a thing in longboarding. And then if you push forward, you put your arms behind you and you like speed up. You also can do drifting, but it's a combination of doing all that at once. It's almost like let me use this as an example. When I'm riding, listeners, if you can't see what I'm doing here, but you have to like go forward and go back a lot so easily. Like, and then like, I think the R, like one of the triggers up here is like helping you drift.
Oh.
So it's constantly engaging basically at like different different parts of that, what I just showed you all at the same time.
Okay.
And
it's
hard, but it's fun. So if you're into stuff like that, and the music's pretty cool, if you like just chill vibes, like it's a very chill game. It's just hard.
Nice. The gameplay looks interesting. It's pretty. Like, I like the art style.
Yeah. So
I just typically don't like to drive in games.
Yeah. Well, here you're not driving. You're swooshing, Kayla. Or is that what they call it? You're pushing and just praying that you don't die. Man, my sloth died a lot. I guess, yeah, you are steering with your legs.
Steering in Tears of the Kingdom can't do that either. Sorry. Can't. Myself.
And then the next game I played is one I've been meaning to get to, and been on my wish list, and I saw that was on sale. Was Crow Country, which if you've probably heard of, if you haven't heard of it, it's basically an indie game that has the whole art style is retro PS1 Resident Evil vibes. Like, that's what the game looks like. It looks like it came straight out of the early 90s or maybe mid 90s, around that time. And sometimes when I see that art style being utilized, I'm like, oh, there's the gimmick. They just want to make it look all cool and old, but does it play well? It plays incredibly well. Yeah, it's fun. And obviously me and you are huge Resident Evil fans.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ingrained in that aspect of exploration, what's right behind that corner, solving clues, picking up pieces of paper and reading, inventory management. Like, all the DNA of Resident Evil is built into it. And the story is really interesting. You're like this journalist or investigator. I can't really tell. She's got a gun, so maybe she's a like I don't know, detective, but you're like investigating this amusement park, pro country amusement park. Everyone's like dead and there's zombies and vomit bugs roaming around. You're like, how did it get to this point? And you're constantly just picking up clues to like figure out, uncover what's going on here. But yeah, it's fun. It's definitely an old looking game that plays. If an old looking game was made now, this is probably how it would feel.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw it coming. It just came out like last year. This is a very Cayman looking game. Like, I feel like Cayman would really like this game if he hasn't already played it.
Yeah, I need to ask him because like I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it. I see a few people online, but like our group, I haven't really heard anyone mention it. And
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know from where.
Oh. Oh God. God. I think
cool.
I think it was one of the games too. If I'm no, I'm wrong. Not even gonna say it. Not even gonna say it. Never mind. Remove this from the podcast. I'm confusing it with another game that looks sort of like it. So never mind. Yeah, Crow Country, Kayla. Add that to your list.
Heroic Higger just tell us, that you were muted for them. Basically, Josh was telling us that he has heard from the devs about this game, so he was excited that Jerica played it. But yeah, Jerica, I didn't know about either one of those. I'm glad to hear that you're having a good time outside of Tears of the Kingdom while I am mercifully trying to grind it out. But I did get the chance to play some Grounded 2 with friends of the show, Dido crew. And I have had a great time playing this game. You know, there were some struggles at first, and I feel like I've seen this kind of like general consensus from some other creators as well, that it takes a bit to get started in this game. Any type of like survival game. Jerica, I don't know if I know you liked The Forest. Are you into any other survival games? Is that like a genre that you like typically, or does it depend?
You know, I got into, is it The Long Dark? I got really into that game earlier this year, and I had to like force myself to stop. So yeah, I might be into these survival games.
Yeah,
I didn't think I was, because I've started that game before and I was like, ew, I hate it. But now I'm like, something's changed my palate. It changes over time.
Yeah, this one, it came out fairly recently. I never played the first one, so this is my first experience with it, but I do like survival games. I've played, you know, The Forest, like we talked about. I've also played Ark Survival, a couple different versions of things like this. And this one is up to 4 players, and there is a story. I'll be honest, the story is not anything to write home about. Like, it's got like some sci-fi, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type elements to it, where like it's very like, you know, and the aesthetic, I think, is it did bog my computer down pretty hard at first, but it does look nice. Like when you get into open areas, like the detail into the, you know, you're small and obviously all the things around you are big, and the bugs and insects look pretty cool. But I like the base building aspects of this game. So once we kind of got through that opening period where you're learning the mechanics, you're figuring out how to unlock new items. And I think this is a good one to play with your friends. I don't know that I would want to play this by myself. Like, I don't think this is one of those I would pick up just like on my own. And you can create like a world kind of similar like Minecraft and other things like this. Which I guess Minecraft would be considered a survival game. Like, I never really thought about that.
The modes, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what all I've been playing other than Tears of the Kingdom. I had a good time. We're gonna be playing it again on Wednesday night on Dido if you want to watch it there. Yeah, I'm enjoying my time with it. We'll definitely continue to revisit it. But yeah, I couldn't see myself just picking this up like on my own. But yeah, that's really it, honestly. I'm excited to not that I'm like tired of Tears of the Kingdom, but I am kind of wanting like something different to scratch an itch. It's not scratching my itch right now. Well, I have things to say that we'll get into it. There's other things I want to talk about it, but let's go ahead and jump into kind of more of our lighter discussion about general things with the traversal, like walking around in the map. Environmental factors are something I'm really dealing with right now. And it made me want to ask you, like, as I was thinking through, like, what I'm currently dealing with in Tears of the Kingdom, switching gears.
Okay.
That was me switching.
Nice.
How do you feel like for you, the different environmental factors have affected like your gameplay? So, because like, and what I mean by that is, you know, in every area, every phenomena that you go to has its own like shtick essentially of like what's happening in that area, whether it be the flooding, the sludge, the Mario Sunshine level, or like the volcano erupting, the storm for the wind, like, and all of them have their own like different environmental impacts that affect your gameplay. So like, how have you kind of like dealt with those? Do you feel like it's been hard for you? Was it hard for you?
I guess like at first it was, and that makes a lot of sense that you might be getting a little agitated with some of it. Not even agitated. It's just like it's this layer of difficulty.
It's different. Yeah.
I wish you didn't have to have it because I just want to be able to explore.
Yeah.
So that
it is
can
cool
be
though.
Yeah, it's fun, but you know, over time I have found now I think I have a piece of armor that, because usually after you finish like that quest line, they will give you something, I feel like, or I have bought like the clothing that I could afford that like because if you get like at least a shirt or a hat or something that helps you stay,
it helps. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't really use potions. I didn't really use food a lot to keep me warm. I was able to find and get clothes that help fight the environmental issue. Like, I guess it's the last, you know, I went to the desert area. I can't remember the place with all the women. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the last one I have to do. It's called Gerudo Town.
Yeah,
I think that's right. Yeah.
It gets really hot there, and I actually didn't have anything yet that helped me stay cool. And luckily though, there's a lot of they do good job setting up the area to have a lot of new vegetables or fruits that you can pick up, and you see that like, oh, they help keep you cool. So I'm like, okay, let me cook some of these watermelons and just make a lot at once, and my timer's like at 10 minutes. Yeah. But I will say in the desert it's only super hot at night or in the during the day, and then it's really cold in the evening, so you'll have to go back and forth. So you can also just start a campfire and sleep and just stick to one temperature if you like, and just only play during the day.
I keep forgetting that I can go to sleep.
You just got to start a fire. And that's how you can.
I keep forgetting.
It's easy to forget. It's easy. Like that's one thing I had to look up when I started playing again. Was like, how do I have to go fast travel all the way back to certain places to pass time? No, you just got to start a fire and click on it and go to sleep. So
yeah, that makes sense. And also shout out to Blaster Goblin. Hello, finally able to make it in for the live for the first time in a few weeks.
I bet Blaster Goblin will love my shirt. I know he's also in the skateboarding. Have you played that sloth game yet? Sorry, I'm going off to two different conversations. Look at my shirt, Blaster Goblin. It says "Get fast or get past." NASCAR. Hope you like
Uncle Fred's shirt.
It's Uncle Fred's shirt. He's taking over me this evening.
That's so funny. It's interesting that you say that, Jerica, because I feel like I have had the opposite thing for me. I have been using a lot of potions and elixirs and like the mushroom. Blaster Goblin said that rips so hard. That's so funny. Because one thing I noticed, I had an epiphany, which made me want to talk about this today. I went from the ice in the Rito village to the hot in the Gerudo, like where I'm at right now. In the ice area, there was mushrooms and wildlife.
Yeah.
For the opposite environment. So like interesting. I don't know if you noticed that, but like when I was in the cold area, there was stuff which makes sense when you think about like what's going to grow in the cold area, stuff to keep you cool. Right? Like
shit. That makes maybe I'm telling you lies. You don't have what you need around you. Maybe.
Well, no, you still do. You do. There is some stuff there is some stuff, but like all the stuff that I found in the Rito village was like, oh, all of these mushrooms are made to keep you like cold. and like cool you off. So I was like, oh, I can't use this right now. But I imagine I was like, logically, I've gone to the wind. I've gone to the
What other element will I endure?
I'm gonna need to go to the hot area. So I was like, okay, that's helpful. But then what happens to me is I get stuck and I'll be like super low on health, and then I have to eat my mushrooms that I could.
Know.
Yeah, you do the same thing where you have to eat them.
Oh,
yeah,
I eat stuff that has all kinds of perks all the time because I'm like, I'm not making enough regular food.
yeah, exactly. I'm the same exact way. And then I stumble across food and I'm like, well, I should save this for later when I actually need it. And then I die.
You can only hold so much food too, and that is just such a pain. I think food items and like that should be infinite. Come on, you're already limiting me on weapons and bows and stuff. Like, come on, just let me keep all the food I need because I have so many things to cook.
Yes, let her
let
cook.
me cook.
Let me cook. Let her cook. And then also, like, another question I have, because you brought up that you mainly do, like, you find the armor that you need for the place, which they do a pretty good job at letting you know, like, hey, this armor is going to be important for you. You should buy it. But, like, I don't have any money. I don't have money. And I've been trying to, like, mine for stuff and sell the gems. But, like, for example, like, where I'm at in the hot right now, like, I wanted to buy all the flame resistant gear. I did buy the shirt, which helps a good bit, but sometimes if you don't buy the whole outfit, it's still not enough, like for wherever you are.
Yeah.
And so like I'm down in the depths now underneath the Death Mountain, and it's
like hell.
It's like hell. Yes, it is hell.
I found that area the other night. I haven't been down there yet.
And so all I can really do at this point is like make the food, and I think it's like, or make the elixir with the specific lizard that I have to catch in this area. This is such a Zelda-ass thing. I'm already learning, like, this feels very Zelda. I gotta find the freaking lizard and cook it with a monster part in order to get the heat resistant. And I'm like, how many lizards can I find at one point?
God,
like, I'm just down here.
You're triggering me with the lizard talk because I want to talk about the Instagram lady that has nothing to do with our conversation right now. I've done this already before on the podcast, and I've sent the video.
Have you seen the video? I know about this.
The video, it's like a skit, and lady's like, the lizard, she's so sick of having the lizard on her Instagram account. It's literally her sole source of income, but she's got to take pictures of the lizard all day, all night. It's all about the lizard. She doesn't have a life. That's how this game feels right now for you.
Exactly. I'm just trying to find this damn lizard. Oh my God. And you know what? What irritates me the most is I know there's probably a better way to be doing this. Like, I probably am not managing my resources as I should to be able to like properly navigate this. And it probably would just be better if I sold everything that I had and bought the rest of the gear. But like, have you had any issue with money? Like the little rupees? Like, do you feel like you have a sufficient amount? Like, are you ever in need? Okay.
Listen, I think I just hoarded everything until recently. Like 2 weeks ago when someone was like, use your weapons, don't worry. I've just always hoarded stuff. So I've started using weapons and like using some of my better materials that give me really good upgrades. I started using them, but every freaking stone I've collected is in Link's bag. So the fact that he can't make more food, but he can carry like 100 diamonds, it doesn't make any sense, Nintendo. Okay, like let us cook the food. Don't let me hold 1,000,000 diamonds in my back pocket.
Yeah,
but I could, and I think when I need money, I just go and sell like a couple. I'm still like very frugal with it because I'm like, I might need these things. I don't know. What does anyone have the answer? What do you use opal for? What do you use the crystals that you find in the caves? Do you sell those or do you need to hold on to them? Do I give it to the big fairy woman to upgrade my gear? Like, I don't know. Well,
remember we told you last time, I don't know if you've tried this, but you can attach them to your weapons and your shields. And they
usually don't have a lot of good perks for me though. They don't. Like, I have better stuff at this point that have dropped from like boss fights and stuff.
That's true. But you can like, those like really good ones that you get from boss fights, you can attach the gems to those and it makes it even more powerful, or it gives it like...
No, it doesn't. Tell me about that. Are you sure?
Yeah. So like, I mean, well, here's the thing though. You can only fuse one item to a weapon or a shield. So if you picked up something that already has something fused to it, then you can't do anything else. But like, I did find it really helpful. The opal produces water. And so I used that in the Lonaroo where the water people are, because the water helped clear the sludge. And so that was helpful to have. But I don't think it's like going to be a showstopper if you don't use like the gems.
You
on
told
stuff.
me last week about this, I feel like, and I still was like, oh yeah, and I haven't. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
once again, I can't hold more food, but I can do all this. What is happening?
Well, that's
I'm
what
just
I find
being
really
picky at this point.
I mean, hey, we're gamers. We get to be picky. You know what I'm saying? That's what we get to do. But I do think it's interesting how differently we can play this game. Like, I know that's one of the reasons why we picked it, but like, it's so fascinating to hear like some of the things that you do consistently that I don't do. And like
attaching toenails to everything I use.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Some monster's toenails. Pretty good. I got a lot of them. And
I'm cooking the toenails.
Oh, gross. Is it good? Does Link go, yummy? That potion was so good.
Toenails, fungus. But also, if you've missed it, Jerica has been streaming Tears of the Kingdom. You can go back and watch it.
It's really not entertaining, but if you want, I've been really tired both times, and I can't talk and play this game at the same time. So I'll just be talking. I'll look at the chat, then I'm just dying. So I'm like, my bad. I can't do both. Can't multitask. So, but I guess that's entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I think so. And I feel like I wasn't in your most recent one, but the one before, we were just chatting amongst ourselves. You know, we were just having a good time. Well, let's get into the meat of our conversation and kind of like what I think might be controversial this evening.
Let's go. How are you feeling, Kayla? Oh,
what's happening?
You're putting toenails on weapons and stuff.
I'm really scared because I don't have the nostalgic attachment to Zelda and to the games and to the franchise.
I think every person starting a Zelda game or even just playing the new one and they played them all feels the same way. I don't think they know either because this is a brand new game.
Yeah. And I will say, like, for those who are maybe joining later in, this is my first ever Zelda game. So I have no experience, but I did say, I feel like I was missing something, and now I know that I am. And I will probably get the critique that like I am mainlining it. For the most part, I am trying to do like some side stuff, like talk to some side characters on my way to the main events. And like, I have done some like side missions, and I plan on like, when I finish, I want to like send a screenshot of like all the things that I've done into the chat. Cause I have done some for sure, but for the most part, I'm staying the course. But like, one thing that I find interesting is right now, it seems like the bulk of the story is going, you know, we talked through in the beginning, like you go with Zelda to this underground, like museum, like there's like a mural.
Yeah. Went anywhere else for a date or an excursion. I don't even know if they're dating.
I remember Josh told us that they are not romantically involved. There's just ships that are involved. Yes.
For real?
He's her knight. He's guarding her. He's got a job. He's working.
I know. Yeah, well, he's a better knight than I would be.
Hiroka,
we wouldn't have went down there in the demon god pit or demon man, whatever he's called.
I guess he was trying to guard her while she was looking at. We love an educated woman. She was trying to figure stuff out.
Like we don't know what's down there. We need more research to be done before the Princess Zelda goes down into a cave with the Demon King. Okay. And
you know what? For somebody that we're looking for everywhere, she sure does pop up a lot. You know
she
what I'm
does.
saying?
And I'm starting to think there's another one. How many Zeldas are in this game? Are they all bad? They're up to something. Something's happening.
I'm just like, what do you mean we're looking for you? Link, come to me. I'm like, where are you? Where are you? You know, I'm just like,
Blood Moon, it rises again. And I hear her. Like, where is she saying this? Link, the
Yeah.
blood moon. How is he hearing this?
Okay,
like,
wait.
In his mind's eye.
Real quick. Okay. Okay, here we go. So
Okay.
actually, for this episode, I'm not quite caught up on book club. So both of you are further than me in a Zelda game. Okay. I've played every Zelda game from NES, everything, N64, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, everything. I've beat them all. Tears of the Kingdom is the only Zelda game, and I didn't play the CDI one. Don't worry about that. But Tears of the Kingdom is the only Zelda game I haven't beat. And so I'm excited to play this along with you guys, but you guys are further than me. And so don't feel too bad, Kayla, because I have no idea what's going on either. So there's no context you're missing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just sometimes they're a little bit obscure.
Right. Okay.
I feel
and
like
that's
it's
what I gather.
I feel like it's just a lot of cameos. Like, it's people reoccurring that have been in every single game, but this is just another version of them in this game too. Like, all the same characters are there. We're not getting too wild with some of the character additions, other than the Goat Man and the Queen, which I really need to understand. Are they banging? Are they? Do they have children? Are they? What I don't understand. This is a goat man that's the king, and his queen is an elf lady. Not that I'm against that. I'm just very curious.
Not that I'm against that. Everyone has their thing, it's fine.
Well, I'm just like, how did that happen? Do they know that works out for them?
It's a good question.
Scientific
we'll have to find out
reasoning.
Next week.
I'm gonna ask. Actually, I won't, because I know as soon as I search that, I don't know if I want to see what I find.
Please don't search that. We don't want to appear on some subreddit somewhere. But it does look like I'm not alone. So even Heroic Headgear said, listen, every Zelda is whack in their own way. What's happening is very accurate for all of them. Blaster Goblin said, as a player of 3 Zelda games, not including this one, I have never have any idea what's going on. And then we do have a lot of shipping happening in the chat. Cognitive Clip said, generally they're not dating, but Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is one of the rare instances where there are implications.
What are they getting too close or saying like, Link? And Link's just,
yeah, exactly. And then Colemine said figuring out what was happening is fun. And I do think that that's possible. Like, what made me kind of think about this, I was like, well, when I think about what kind of games traditionally I like, they're very plot heavy and narrative driven. Whereas for this, it just doesn't seem to be the case, which is fine. It definitely is more environmental, traversal, gameplay heavy. When I think about why do people love this game so much? That's what comes to mind. It's not necessarily that the huge plot elements are what is driving them. So how do we feel about the way the story is being told? Because for me, when I have gone from each phenomena to the next one, and I'm not using any really special machinery, I'm just getting, and so while I'm on my way to wherever I'm going, I'm talking to people, I'm picking things up, I'm doing things. But when I get to each place, I feel like I'm being told the exact same thing.
Yes.
And that is interesting to me. And I do think that's a bit of a flaw. And of course, as you can see, I'm a big reader. The narrative is what I am enjoying typically. So I do wish that it would have been a little bit more risky, but also if that's the DNA of Zelda, then they're not really going to change the traditional way that they're going to be telling the story. You go to the boss, you beat the boss, you get the nugget, and you move on to the bigger nugget that you take on, I'm sure, at the end. The Demon King. But for me, I wish they would be changed up a little bit, because I beat the boss and it was we saw Zelda here. And you're like, oh, great. Where was she? And then you're like, oh, she was up there. Pans camera to where she was. Oh, we got to get there together. And then we get there, and then we see a cutscene. We see her in front of us. We're like, oh, there's Shorty. She's right there. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, sweet. We found her. And then it's not the case. And it's she wants to be found, but she does. I'm sure there's reasons. But I feel instead of trickling new information, we're kind of getting the same thing told each time. But I wonder if that's kind of how it has to be with the way that the gameplay is not really linear. So like if I decided like I did to go to the Lonaroo place first, and if I got a different piece of information, it might not have made sense for the story beat. Does
Very
that make
true.
sense?
Yeah, no, it does. Like I think, the biggest thing that people praise this game for is freedom of doing whatever you want, and like being able to tell a story to give that player that agency to be able to do that. I don't know how you would do it. That would be really hard. So that has to be the case. I agree. I hadn't really thought about it like that.
Yeah. So I think because to me that makes the most sense. Heroic Higger, I must let him have this. It's more than shipping; they're in love. Let me have this. They deserve to be together in at least one timeline. And then High School Weekly, Josh, Zelda said they are together in Zelda 2, the last game in the timeline. I'm so weak that puts him at ease. So yeah, that's something I want to talk about. Like, you're getting certain pieces at certain times, and like I was kind of confused by that. But then Jerica talked to me a little bit more about the dragon tears, and we also had a conversation with Patrick about this. But apparently the dragon tears do unlock certain bigger story beats for you, which to me would have been good to understand earlier on in my gameplay, because you don't have to run across those. You have to actively like seek them out. And so could you theoretically go the whole story without finding those?
Yeah, you could. I could have, when I first started this game, it's been a long time. I truly thought the first one was part of like a main request that you would eventually get to. Now looking back on it, I guess it's not, because you've missed it. Like nothing's told you to go to this one. I just remember my first one, there was like a hot air balloon and this lady there like telling me about this, and that's how I got started. But I don't remember how I got that notification or that quest to find my first one. But yeah, you can literally miss them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me.
Real quick,
because
I was going to type all this out, but since I'm here anyway, this is because Kayla, you haven't played Breath of the Wild. Jerica, you have though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Breath of the Wild was the first Zelda where the story was actually kind of like you would almost have to find it. It would just be like the cutscenes were attached to certain areas, but you could literally play the whole game almost without any story whatsoever. So Tears of the Kingdom kind of continues that, but the Dragon Tears make it a little easier to locate, but you're running into the same problem that you would have had in Breath of the Wild, where it's kind of optional, but it is the story. So kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. But not in a way that I think I like. But I think that's just because of like how I traditionally like to experience my games. But I also understand how someone else could be like a fan and like understand that. And it could also, my mind could be changed once I do find the Dragon Tears and get a little bit more. Like I have really enjoyed like the cast of characters that I'm meeting. I think the interactions with Link are meaningful. I do think like I am missing out on a little bit, even though like I know it's not like a direct sequel of Breath of the Wild necessarily. They do say like, oh, do you remember me? Like we've had this interaction together. So they kind of give you like a brief. And I know like, the sages are.
It's pretty much like it's the same thing that happened in the first game, because you got to collect 4 people to fight the thing at the end too. Like it's the same thing, but
yeah. And we're trying to find Zelda. She's off. We're alone. We're trying to rescue her. Very traditional. But the whole point of Video Game Book Club is we're diving deep into these like topics. So one of the things that I wanted to like think about and just like ideate on was what is
mate.
Blaster Goblin said that sucks. I need a game to hold my hand. I don't necessarily need my hand to be held, but I do need like a trajectory, I guess. And
I don't know. What if maybe, because something stood out to me that you said was like, the story is each time you're getting this new companion, this new ability, like the payoff narratively is it's copy paste, very similar to what you just experienced. So like,
yeah,
I think one thing they could have done a little differently here is like have a better narrative payoff after getting this companion or sage ability. Like, don't just do the same thing over again. Like, I think the payoff to getting that accomplishment, you should get a little bit more for it. I don't know.
But I think that you do get some payoff, but not narratively, like you said. Like you get like the gameplay payoff of like now you have this cool ability that you can. It was
a badass fight. Yeah, you get the ability, you get the weapon, like or whatever you get from being the boss, and that's cool. But like, I don't know. I want to feel more emotionally attached to it, like you're saying. Like I want to feel struggles, and it's almost like the same issue I have with like Pokemon. I know it's two completely different things, and no, like this has way more narrative to me than Pokemon ever has had. I know I'm being sort of rough. I haven't played Scarlet or Roosevelt, whatever, whatever the last one was. But Scarlet, yeah, one of those. But maybe that story's different. But like, Link's just had no voice for so long, and I know if you change that formula, it just might upset the masses.
It might break the internet. Yeah.
At this point, if Link's any different, you might just have everyone giving up and just like really hating on this game.
Yeah.
But I would like to have. I say this about all the characters that don't really have any depth. I want Link to have a voice and have some emotional attachment to what he's doing, and it just seems like
and
I think no questions from Link. He'll say, "Yeah, I'll do it." Yep.
I think that's like I do like that he has this like blind devotion that it seems to like what he's doing in his work for Zelda, but I do think it might be admirable. Right.
Link's so amazing. But I'm like, come on, you got to be struggling a little bit with this. Come on.
Are you not a little pissed off that she's been talking to all these people and not you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on.
Every time I see her, I'm like, oh, you're right there.
Jeez.
Blaster Goblin said he's definitely not as charming as Toon Link.
Oh, 100%. Toon Link does show a lot more emotion with his face. Oh,
that's funny.
Wind Waker, that's where the money's at.
But because of this, I did ask the question in our Discord of what is more important to you, gameplay or story, and why? Because I think it's a good like topic of conversation, and I think it's a very nuanced discussion. But like, what are we here except but to discuss nuance? And High Score Weekly, who's here, but I'll read for him his response. Tough question, but depends on my mood, which I think is very relevant. I like a balance of gameplay and story, but favorite games with bad story. But have favorite games with bad story and great gameplay, and also great story and bad gameplay. If I had to pick, I'll pick gameplay over story. I think the point of games is gameplay. Other mediums are better at story, books, etc. The specific advantage of games as a medium is player agency. I do think that's true. And a very good response. But I think that I disagree.
What?
I agree too.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, you agree? Okay. What do you think, Jerica?
I agree. It depends on the game, but I wholeheartedly agree with like we're talking about Tears of the Kingdom too. Like this needs. I'm ready to see Nintendo level up in a lot of different ways with their games. They will probably never change the formula because why would you fix something that's continuously working for them? But like, I keep bringing up Pokemon, but there's other things that could fall into this category, but it's things and I know a lot of our listener viewers are like all in the same age range, like very similar. We might have some people a little younger, but like a lot of us grew up with these games. So like we're grown now, and not saying that they can't have more story, but like, why can't we have some of that change happening with some of these characters? Like that would just be cool to see. I'd like to see story evolve with games. Does it always have to have an incredible story? No. Like I love Tears of the Kingdom still, and is it my favorite story of all time? No, I don't know. Maybe I changed it at the end, but I doubt it because Breath of the Wild didn't do it for me either.
Yeah.
So because it's just another Link and Zelda story. It's usually the same thing. But yeah, I like to say like I like a good story in my game. If if the game is advertising a storyline and there's characters interacting with each other, like if the game's setting you up, if it's being advertised to have some kind of narrative, it should be good. Like,
yeah,
advertise your game a different way if there's no narrative. Be like the Driftwood sloth. Is there a story there? No, they just show you the game and you're a sloth on a board rolling down a hill. I don't need a story for that. I know what I paid for.
Would you like to elaborate any more on your point? Since
thank you for giving me the chance to defend myself.
Right?
Wow.
He's ready.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let me say, I do understand and I do agree in some capacity, but I don't think that games have to be this like box of like, it must have like XYZ to be considered like a good game. Like, I think it can be like a narrative, like focused game and still have the same, like, I still feel like it's different than reading a book, but I do agree with the player agency aspect. Like, there is something special about being able to, like, I know that me and you have talked about this too, about like the main character being like a stand-in almost for like you. And I think that's very apparent in these games because like with the silent protagonist, like you are Link in a way. But yes, sorry.
Exactly.
To clarify.
Oh, well, like I said at the beginning of the statement, like some of my favorite games are good gameplay, bad story, and some are bad story, good game. Well, I just said the same thing, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For instance, Last of Us Part 2, one of the best stories I've played in a video game, one of my favorite games of all time. It does have good gameplay, but no, I know you were gonna. I know. Hold on. I know. Don't worry.
People know here what I say.
I didn't trash it.
Sorry, I just wanted to slightly react. Have the stage.
But then think of like Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? That the story doesn't matter in that, but the gameplay is excellent. Super Mario Odyssey, most Mario games have like no story. They're some of the best gameplays. Super Mario Odyssey or Super Mario, there's not that much depth to the characters.
Donkey Kong specifically.
Donkey Kong does. So just for me, I think lots of games can exist. In the indie scene, you usually see a lot more story and narrative focused games. Think of like something like Vinba or something, right? Where it's like more narrative. And so that can be I think that's what I love about video games is that you can have so many different kinds of experiences. Or something like Fortnite or Rocket League. That's just gameplay. There's no story in those, right?
Actually, there's a whole
I'm leaving.
He's leaving.
No!
He's done. The stream just ended. Damn it.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he's gone.
Aw,
he's out of here.
No, that was a really good point. Seriously. Like I definitely agree that like I like games to be accessible for any type of gamer, whatever you prefer, whether you want something super like gameplay intensive or you want something like more story. I also think that like there's a lot of in between, right? Like I've played games that have horrible gameplay and still liked it because of the story, and vice versa, just like Josh said. CC in the chat did say that I think I lean in gameplay for this one, which is surprising to me to hear from Jordan. Cognitive Flips. Good gameplay can make a game memorable even with a bland story, but even the best stories can be soured by bad gameplay. I do agree with that. I think I am more likely to like a game with good gameplay and a bland story than a game with a great story and like bad gameplay. And then he gave some examples for us. Great gameplay but bland story. Fire Emblem Engage. Was talking about this in another server today, actually. Easy for me to recommend tactic fans based on gameplay alone, but you can always just skip the cringe dialogue and cutscenes. And then great story, bad gameplay. Tales of Kinzira. ZAU. Trying to get through this.
I played that. It was such a bummer. Yeah, there was definitely good story there, but yeah, it just was not fun to play.
Yeah. And then Coal Mines in the chat also said, definitely story. We have our first story guy. But I can excuse a meh story for great gameplay. However, badly made and clunky gameplay ruins a good story. A recent example is Final Fantasy X. Uh-oh, Josh.
Oh, Jake. You might summon him. He might just pop out of the... I don't know. Just be a lookout for those bald heads. They might come for you tonight.
I knew the story was good from what I heard, but the gameplay across the couple hours was atrocious and I didn't even bother with the story.
I would be so interested. I have not played that game in years, but at the time, that shit was my jam when it first came out. That shit was so cool. The story was great, and at the time, the gameplay was pretty dope. But now that I've played like Final Fantasy games with combat involved and not strictly turn-based, I might just be spoiled for life. So I bet that's a little bit of a jarring experience, unless Coal Mines play a lot of turn-based games, maybe. And I'm not saying that you said the turn-based is what's bad about it. I could just assume that's sort of a clunk. Probably now. I don't know. I haven't played Final Fantasy X in years.
Yeah. Which I mean,
random encounters turn me off that game so hard. Yeah, it's rough. This is like, I wish I could avoid some of these things.
Yeah, which is to me why, like, when we think about a perfect combination, in my opinion, of great gameplay and great story, Clair Obscure Expedition 33.
Absolutely.
I feel like does both of those very well.
Superb.
A superb combination. Some might disagree, but yeah, I'm still hopeful. I'll continue. Like Cognitive Flip said, I think Tears of the Kingdom has fantastic narrative. With it being so open, though, you can certainly go dozens of hours without hitting those major story beats. And I think that that's a very valid like point. And I think something that can throw somebody like me off who typically isn't more of like a completionist or like a explorer type gamer. It can be disheartening to not have that like little glimpse of what's going on, like so far away from each other, I guess, is probably like how I would feel. So
a good question to ask ourselves at this point, and I just asked myself in my head and I answered, but I'll do it here at some point in a second. But the question I thought about, like, you know, whatever the next game, the Zelda game is going to be, I assume they break away from this situation because it's only going to be the 2 games. Is that correct, God? Oh no, he was taking a sip, but then
for what we know,
okay,
the next one that we see is probably going to be a little different from what we know.
Okay,
so far.
Interesting.
So whatever that might be, would you know, I sort of shared earlier, I would love to see more narrative focus for a Zelda game, but I'm realizing, like, the reason I keep playing this game, one, it's just so long. That's just a funny side note. But also, it is really fun just to get into stuff and see what's around that corner and, like, what's up there. And on top of that, Tears of the Kingdom, you got 3 different levels now of exploring. You got 3 games in one. And just being able, like, to put my toenails on this weapon or figure out how to get across the way or even invent something that I can use to fly to the next area is so freaking cool. Like, one, I don't know how they top themselves, but if the Zelda game you could have a choice, would you want them to top what they like, whatever that is, whatever that tops Tears of the Kingdom? Like, what if they have something that is even better than that? And obviously it's going to be, I can't wait to see what they do because I don't know what can top Tears of the Kingdom. Would you have that new cool Zelda gimmick that they're introducing, or would you take more of a similar approach, say bring in a lot more from Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, a continuation of that? Don't really, you know, maybe we get a couple of new abilities, but the stories is amped up. Like, you are really involved. Like, I'm not saying it's linear, but you just get a lot of those moments that are part of the experience versus separate. So yeah, next, holy shit, I can't believe they did it again with Zelda. Or, oh wow, I can't believe they're telling this kind of story with the Zelda game this time. They didn't really have anything new in terms of gameplay, but wow, it's the best story I've ever had in a Zelda game. Which one would you pick?
Josh?
Oh, was this directed at me?
Well, yeah, well,
I mean, I was
directed
locked
to
in.
the audience.
I was locked in.
It's everybody, but I'd say it's you know, would you have a great Zelda game with an incredible new mechanic or a way of playing, or narrative, one or the other?
I think for me, I think it would be interesting because I like how every few years we get a fresh take on Zelda. Like, they do mix it up a lot, and you know, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are very different. I actually would like to see them take a crack at a narrative driven game more so.
Yeah.
Like, this is a little practice, but actually, because even Ocarina of Time, which is one of my favorite games of all time, it actually has a pretty good narrative. Wind Waker does too. So they dabble with Zelda. Out of all the Nintendo IP, they do dabble with some interesting narrative here. So I actually would like them to take a more cinematic approach. I almost wonder if them being forced to work on this movie and
I was
being
gonna say that.
being directly involved with this movie, like you were saying, like, oh, changing Link or giving Link a voice, that'd be so different. But they're kind of doing it with this movie.
They have to, yeah.
And so I wonder if that's going to influence how they approach the next title as well, to take a more cinematic approach. Maybe say like a Death Stranding cinematic style approach
Can you imagine
to
Death Stranding
I can't
Zelda?
see them doing it, but you never know. Eiji Aonuma is still involved, and he seems to be willing to take risks. You know, he's the one that changed the formula from what it was to Breath of the Wild, and he seems to be willing to take risks. So I do think whatever we see next is going to be surprising.
Interesting. Okay. Great way to close out the show, I think. Like
I agree.
I'm definitely
Ponder.
I'm definitely intrigued. I was gonna bring up the movie because like that comes out next summer, I think. Ish.
I
Next
think it's
summer,
like
fall.
spring. I think it's like March or May or something like that.
I
Not
can't
too
wait.
long.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a review.
I do hope whoever plays Link gets up on that horse and they have Link talk to the horse and go, oh. That's all I need from the movie.
They did announce
sold.
casting.
They did officially announce casting. I like
At
that
least
it's
just
all
for
people
just for
who don't
Zelda
know.
and Link so far.
Very intrigued.
Let me play the guy that sells all the merch. The guy that shows up. What's his name?
Look at my
Beetle.
Beetle. I want to play Beetle.
Oh,
Give me that role. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Jerica could be the here, look at my NASCAR shirt.
You like what you see? Come on over.
I want to be the shop guy in Resident Evil though.
What?
You want
I'm
to
so
get from
sorry.
the court?
Yeah.
The Resident Evil guy.
Man,
Yeah,
yeah, come
typically.
on over here.
Oh,
See.
oh.
Man.
Well, great show, y'all. Great job. This time next week, we might be
I'm gonna be done. And I can tell you, was this story so good? Did it butter my roll? Or was it just y'all know the gameplay's already buttering my roll, but I just want to see where this ship lands. This
What's your
airplane.
roll?
I don't know.
We'll see what your roll rating is.
Yeah, I'll give it a roll rating.
What's my punishment if I don't finish it? I don't know if I want to commit to anything, but
I'm gonna pick a game that you just have to play.
oh,
And just,
okay.
it's just for one
I might
night.
want to do that anyway. I don't know.
You won't. Whatever I pick, you won't.
Destiny
Kayla, in
makes me play a
theory,
raid.
Destiny, Kayla's gonna be rating.
Death Stranding
In
2,
theory,
halfway through. pick it
Kayla, even if you're not done with all the phenomenals, in theory, you could just attempt to beat it.
What?
Yeah, technically.
What do you mean? Where do I go? I would have done that already.
You
How
probably
I-
could. There's ways you could just skip like a bunch of stuff.
Interesting. See,
Yeah,
I
that's how
haven't
Breath
been
of the Wild
mainlining
was.
it. I could have
In
done
Breath
that
of the Wild,
already.
you could just go and beat the game from the very beginning.
Yeah.
You just won't be powerful. You won't have enough
Interesting.
hearts or stamina. It's hard,
It's
but
gonna be
people,
tough.
I mean, speedrunners do it.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Oh, Heroic Headgear asked, next week, new game announcement. Do we want to announce everything next week, Jerica? Do we want to hold off?
I mean, we got a few things teed up. I mean, let's go ahead and say it now. We'll put it in the Discord too. I'd say we announce it. You're going to help me because I always keep butchering the next game we're going to play.
Yeah. So, okay. So while we were discussing, this is producer Josh's first time hearing some of this.
Yeah.
While we were discussing, this is just an early sneak peek. We'll have all the official graphics and all that.
Yeah, we haven't.
soon.
We sort of decided this right before we recorded, so
Because we
that's
were
why.
wondering, like, what do we want to set the cap for, like, when we need to be done with Tears of the Kingdom? And we said, I have a couple weeks later in the month where I'm going to be gone. So we wanted, like, a palate cleanser, something very short, maybe, like, a little gap in between seasons. So next week will be our last Tears of the Kingdom episode. And then on the 18th, so 2 weeks from now, we're going to be announcing our little in-between game. Well, we're going to be just starting discussion on drumroll.
We got a smaller game and then we got a bigger game. So
We got a little sandwich game.
But this sandwich game, that's what we're announcing. Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Comes out
Beep, beep.
in a couple days.
We're gonna play Tiny Bookshop together.
Hot off the press.
Yes!
If you haven't heard of this game, you should check it out. Tiny Bookshop.
So cute. It comes out on August 7th. And essentially, it's like a little management type game, but there is a story I looked at because I doubted Jerica. Jerica actually brought this up. I'm the reader, and Jerica is the one that brought this up.
I raced. Yeah. I'm in the car.
Jerica's the one that brought it up, and I was like, is it gonna be like enough to talk about? And so we're kind of gonna have a brief intermission episode where we talk about in 2 weeks we're gonna start our journey because the game will have been out, and we're going to discuss like management games and do a little bit of like our normal previous JK games episode where we talk about just like management type games, the games we like in this genre, what is it that gets us hooked, and like maybe first impressions of the game. And then the following week after that, the 25th, we will have completed the game and like review it essentially, like have the spoiler cast. So we would love you to come along with us. So keep that on your wish list. I don't know where all it's available. Thank you, Josh, for queuing up the video. But yes, Jerica, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Josh. We didn't give you a heads up on that.
Yeah, we didn't. This was our last minute decision.
And then after we wrap up that, we'll tell y'all our next like big game. That we're gonna save that one. We'll have like a little fancy announcement for that one.
Yeah, this is just a little quick in between. Oh, Blaster Goblin said this is a game I can get behind. Yay! I'm so glad you guys are already excited. I'm very excited. Should be a quick little fun game to play together. PC only. Aw, sad. Coal mines.
Well, I'm sure at some point when it comes to consoles, we'll figure out should you buy it or not. That's what you can count on us for.
Yeah, you can count on us. But don't worry, we have a fun one coming up for our next big review.
Yeah, y'all should. I think a lot of people will like this one.
And then Jerica's gonna coordinate something. I don't even know what she got up her sleeve for 2 weeks while I'm gone. We'll see what she's gonna do.
Just pit stains for right now.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for producing, Zelda.
Hey, yes, thanks for having me. And I think the audio will save this time. So podcast listeners, you should be able to hear me this week. But yes, I'll be back.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Bye. Beat the game.
Go fast or get past.